right. After a month of being gone, I'm finally back. Currently, I'm just gonna give you like a small heads up. So currently, I'm not in China right now, but probably I will make a video in like a month or two when I head back. But finally, at the time, out of my busy schedule to like probably upload, stream a little bit, give everything all of that, basically seeing as I have like a small vacation right now. However, one that has been requested a lot is basically me showing you how the Chinese play Supreme Commander on their own client. Now, this has been highly requested, and I wish I had the time to do it like back when I was still streaming a little bit. It was basically like a month ago or 2 months ago, but unfortunately, my lazy ass didn't do it, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna show you what's up. So, first, I'm gonna show you the Chinese side of their own client, actually, and how they play and what they do. And I'm also going to show you how the Chinese actually play on, on the FOF service. And also, yeah, a few like things, what the differences are between like, Supcom FAF and like their own client and their own version. So yeah, let's go through it step by step. So first things first, ignore the desktop, but you can see here in the middle part, we have like 6 icons. Now, these icons are really, really important because they determine which client you have. So, seeing as we're going to go with the Chinese side first, I'm going to show you the Chinese client. Now, unfortunately, seeing as I'm in the outside world and not behind the great firewall, that basically means I cannot run it at the moment. I tried it. I tried, using VPN, like inside, like going inside the Chinese, but that's impossible. So I'm kind of stuck, but I have evidence and all that kind of shit. So first things first, how do you play on the Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Chinese Edition? Now, first thing what you need to do is you need this program here, QQ. Some of you might know it, some of you don't, but if you want to acquire QQ, there are 2 options. You can use an international one. You need a phone number, basically, with an ID. And I think the only way you can have an international one, which is not a problem actually, but the biggest problem is if you want to join the Chinese side, you're going to have to use a Chinese phone number, and good luck getting that because that requires a Chinese ID, which you guys don't have. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. However, your boy got it, so it's all good. So, let's open this one up. So, first things first, this is basically what it is. Now, there are Chinese actually playing on Supreme Commander FAF. I'm just going to say FAF right now. And I will show you that in a bit later, but to get on this you basically need an invite, so it's basically like word to mouth or like through online, but that's it. Now there are 3 main groups that we have right here, so like let's go through the first one. The first one is the main one basically. So if I show you this is basically the main lobby, as you might say it, to communicate, to talk and everything here, which is okay. And remember, like, you can post anything here from porn to whatever to memes, all that kind of shit. But yeah, you get the kind of gist of it, the point. Now, the other one that we have is we also have like a small one, which is just for like the community, like the blue one right here, where everybody's like talking about, yo, check out, Tagara is playing or Nexus or tournaments or whatever. And they mostly speak English there as well, but mostly Chinese as well. So it's like a mix. This is something what we call Chinglish. And the third one is basically where I can actually show you this one too. That's this one here, where there are Chinese playing FAF on, the Chinese are trying to play FAF. That's basically it, yeah. So the foreign edition. Actually, that might be easier to say, Chinese and foreign edition. All right. So yeah. So as you can see, there are like 407 people in here, but like 76 are active. But you gotta imagine there's like maybe like what, give or take 30, 40. And they're also like random Chinese just trying to join like the foreign FOF, right? So, and sometimes they have no clue, or the people that are Chinese, they see them, they're just trying to lure them into this group so they could communicate, help each other out, all that kind of shit. But then you got like the Chinese FUF. Now, there's been some unfortunate things lately because, as you can see, the group is like 367 people with like 100 active. But the group has been hacked a couple times in the last couple years. So it dwindled down from like 1,000 to like 800 and yada yada. And then actually the main person, this one right here, now she, and that's right, you filthy degenerates, she is basically like the designer and like the developer of the Chinese stuff. So she's taking care of everything. And she's like has to invite all of these people back. So she's pretty much well connected right here. But that's besides the point. Now, just to give you a heads up of what it looks like, what you have to do is first get invited to the group. You follow all of this shit right here. So once you're in it, you're gonna have to download, Supreme Commander. You cannot use the Steam version actually, but you're gonna have to use an old version. So you're gonna have to be a fucking pirate and download that one. And then once you've downloaded that shit, you're gonna have to go in this one here, in this client, because in this one in QQ is basically where you're gonna find all the mods, the programs and everything to run it. Because, for FUF, it's basically called Force Alliance Forever, but with the Chinese one, it's called FACN, as in, Chinese. So yeah, and here you can find like all the mods, everything, from Phantom to like maps to like mods to like pretty much everything. Like you see this shit like the jacket infrastructure right here, even the Phantom. But remember, it's being updated like constantly, even the maps and everything. Like if we just go into here, you can see that most of them are survival, because there are not a lot of PvP action going on in the Chinese, Chinese side for FACN. So yeah, that's kind of it. Now there are some streamers and everything too. I will get back to that later. But the biggest difference is when it comes to the community area is pretty much everybody knows everybody. They play, and the worst part is it's not really optimized. It is just being updated by one girl, and she's just trying to do her best with limited knowledge that she has. So yeah. Yep, if you hear this, you can help her out. You got the context and everything. Now, how do we play on this one right here? On the Chinese FOF servers. Now, first things first, you gotta install and open this OpenVPN GUI. And that is pretty much a VPN that you use inside it, but it also it's not really a VPN though. Like, I don't know if people are familiar with this virtual network, but this is pretty much what it represents. Now, once you click on it, it is very simple. So I'm going to click on it because I can, and that's it. So as you can see here on the bottom right, it is activated. It's not activated, it's gray out, but once you open this one, this is where it gets tricky, because right now I'm in a different country and this is stuck. So it only works within China, which is shit, so I can't show you. But no worry, I have you covered. Because this right here, basically it updates the game to whatever version it is. It basically checks if you have the latest version, and that's that. Now, once you get past that point, then you pretty much come to a login. You type in your name and everything. Now, this is pretty much what the lobby looks like. It's bad. It's really bad. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing like FAF, but it's functional. That's the whole point. Now, there are like three main things. So on the left, you can see, like, if you read Chinese, you're pretty much good. But, if you don't, you're pretty much fucked. So you're just going to have to figure a way out. So on the left side, you can see like what mods have been loaded instantly, what's happening, what are you doing, and everything. That's on the left tab. In the middle tab is where you have all the players that are currently have this program open, and where you can see that shit, right? And I will come back to that later, because that's the important one. And on the right side is pretty much, what games are hosted. So when you host a game, when you want to host, you just press this blue button right here, and it will take you instantly to the lobby. To the lobby where you host. So to give you an example of what it looks like, it pretty much looks like this. So ignore all the anime because like a bunch of these people here, half of them are guys or girls, but everyone's a full-time weeb. You can pretty much see that this is kind of it. Now there are some things that I can show you, but we'll go through the gist for first. It's very basic. It's super basic, that is. So on your left you have your score. The second one is the games you've played. Then you got your names. Then you got all the other shit. But then you have these three here, and these three are pretty much the modifiers of the game. Your health reduced or upped, the enemies reduced or upped, and the resources and everything. Mostly we just set it at one, but if you want to challenge against the AI, you just boost that shit. And especially against full, it's fun when you have like swarm AI and everything. The second one we have ping and CPU. So ping is kind of relevant because it all depends on the internet connection. Now remember, China is not a first world country. It is still developing, so not everybody has optic fiber, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So it's a bit of a hit or a miss. Now the CPU is the most important one because this shit, the game is not optimized one single bit. Now it has been optimized by the girl, the main developer. Let's just call her Lynn. However, the thing is, it still runs on that old school, Forged Alliance engine that came out like back in the day. So when they fully patched it, and then they decide to abandon it, that's it. So this game is going to slow you down once you're like 25 minutes or 30 minutes into it and you have even like 150 ASFs, that's it. It's hella slow. It's fucking annoying as well. Now I have good specs on my laptop. I can play like Phantom with like fucking 1,000 units and it just goes like -1. If I play it there, it goes -10. So it kind of tells you already like that. So yeah, to give you an idea of everything, let's just go through the few things that we have right here. Now, on the left side, you can see many the main people here, right? So in other words, yellow, red, green, all of those kind of things. But you can also see that it is. You can also see that it is grayed out and white here. White basically means you're not playing. Gray means you're in a game or you're watching a replay or you're doing something else, and you can basically indicate that by the colors. Now, if it's green, you're good. You're connected to this person, no issues. Yellow, you got to download some shit. Red means you can't connect. The game is incompatible. Another thing as well that you can see here, you have the name, you have their clan tag or something like that one. This one I'm not familiar with. However, then after the name, so if we look here, ASCII, then he has alright, he played 64 games, and his rating is 568. That's it. Most of the people here have an average rating of 100 to 200 to 500. That's it. Once you reached over 1,000, you kind of got the gist of it, but let's just say the rank 1400s here are way better than the rank 1400s on FAF. However, if you're over 2k, then you're pretty much the bomb. But don't expect to have this high rating and compare it with FAF, because these are not the next UDIs, in that kind of way. But it's kind of getting close. And there's only maybe 3 or 4 people that have a higher rating than 2,000 or 1,800s, and only one person is playing that on FAF. This including me, but yeah, that's kind of it. So that's kind of it, and just expect a lot of PvE. There's PvP, there is, but I'll show you that later because it's kind of infamous when people play on this kind of shit on this map, though. So yeah. Now, as you can see here on the right side, once you enter one of these lobbies, and the lobbies are basically through, this one right here. So on the right side of it, right? So then you click on this one. If both are green, you're good. You get in and you won't have any issues. And if it is green, this small button, so you see here, if this one here is green and the right one is yellow, you're going to download it and you will see it on your left side. So that's that. Now, once you get into the game, you will see the pings and CPUs of all the people and everything. And if it is yellow, that basically means it's still connecting or you're just like downloading or whatever. But if it's green, then you're pretty much good to go. So there won't be any desyncs or whatever. So that's that. Mostly, if you want to find a game, then you just go to the QQ group here, and it's very, very simple. You just do 44Q, and I basically, all right, we're gonna do a 4v4. Otherwise, if you're like this, you do 1Q. That basically, I'm searching for one. Otherwise, you just say AI, and that's that. You know, they speak in English a little bit, but that's that. And then you basically start up the programs here. So you open the VIP, the VPN, you open FACN, and that's it. And then you click on the what is it, the blue button, and then, or you actually click on this one right here, and then that's it. Now, if you want to join, you can do that too, or if you want to host the game, you can do the same. But remember, mods are super fucking important as well, because everybody needs to have the same mod. UI mods, it doesn't matter, but it will crash your game, because we cannot import those mods from FAF into the Chinese FAF. So it will literally break the game and crash or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of it. I will show you a little bit more of it later. However, one of the things here is, let me see. Yeah, so this is pretty much what it looks like, your average game. Now, what is it? If we look at it a little bit, you can see the ratings already. It's nothing great. These games are just played for fun, but these people, they play one map, and that is a very fucking infamous map, and that is this map right here. So in other words, it's a 40 by 40, basically in what do you call that? In FUF, you have dual cap. In this one, pretty much you have this map right here. I don't know what it says in Chinese, but it's 4v4, left, right. You have like 8 mexes up front, 8 mexes in the back, and then you fight over here. Like on the top, you have an Atlantis, debris, some structures, civilian structures with PDs and shit, and that's that. And you just gotta fight. Everything else is ocean. So you got here, here, here. So yeah, this is mostly like a long-term kind of game. Lots of naval fight, lots of air, nukes also very viable as well. But mostly these games turn into like a 40, 50, 1 hour kind of game. But with the sim speed being like constantly between -2 and -5, it's a fucking shit show. UI mods, there are a couple. We tried importing them from FAF, but sometimes they break the game, or it's like it's not compatible, so yeah. Also, there's no map gen, nothing. They just play this game, and that's that. Nothing else. If it's any PvE, it's like Field of Isis, and that's it. Try to say something, but PvP is kind of intimidating for most. But the people, the old school Chinese players that playing this for like 10, 15 years, they always play this map. So, you know, Russians can, you know, fuck off, because dual cap ain't shit compared to the people that play the same map every single day. So that's that. Now, let's go through the next part. Maybe I could show you a little bit in game, but yeah, that's it. So that's kind of it on the Chinese side, though. I think I went through that, so yeah, that's that. Now, how do the Chinese play on FAF? Now, this is a really peachy one. There's a program that you have to do here. There we go, when you open it, and this is basically a Chinese VPN. But it doesn't matter which country. It doesn't matter. I can just open this VPN up, and this is a special VPN. It's nothing like ExpressVPN or Astral or whatever the fuck. Now, it comes through this. Again, I'm not in China, so this kind of blocked for me, so it's useless. But the most important one is, again, you need your fucking ID for this kind of shit, a Chinese ID, and you need to pay for this, bro. Every month, $5. I'm not even joking with this shit. If you do for a year, it's gonna cost you maybe $25 or $30. But remember, that shit is a lot of money for like Chinese, you know, to play FUF. So they're like, you know, fuck it. You can play on FUF without a VPN on it, but again, you're gonna suffer from packet loss. So they never play team games. They only play with their own country, and then they just play PvE. You can play 1v1, 2v2, that's not a problem. Any more people and you're just fucked, so you never see them play. If you do see them play, they have this program. But how does it work? I don't get it. This is pretty much it. So they have a special, well, someone, I have no clue how this came, but they have a Supreme Commander Force Alliance Forever program installed on this one, right? So someone in the past contacted out to these people. They added this game to this program. You still have to pay, so this person here paid like fucking 109 days. And you're gonna have to find like a server where the latency is low. So this guy has a 4 millisecond latency, which is great. So I think he is connected to Germany, which is normal. However, there's no packet loss, 0 packet loss, meaning the connection is always perfect and stable. You can even play with New Zealand, Australia, not a problem, not an issue. And if you do have issues, it's them motherfuckers. It's never our fault, alright? I'm just saying that one. Now, you just activate it, and then you open FAF, and then you have a different flag, but you can play without a problem. That's it. But again, you still have to pay money for it. So, you know, back in the day, you're gonna have to pay for fucking World of Warcraft subscription. Fuck that. The Chinese, they play Supreme Commander subscription every single month just to play on FAF. They're that dedicated. There's a small community, though. And again, they just play it because FAF is super optimized and everything else for it. So, yeah, that's kind of it. Now, that is how they do it. So yeah, this client here is pretty much for Supreme Commander Force Alliance, and then hopefully this shit will work. Let me see. Yay. Let me try and open it. So everything here is in Chinese. It is old school. So pretty much do this. Very, very stable, very standard stuff. Boom. It doesn't work. My shit is incompatible. And there's a very simple reason for that you cannot see anything. Is because my Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever has UI mods that this one doesn't work. So in other words, these two are kind of compatible and aren't. So I cannot show you any replays. Okay, so that's broken then. So yeah, I cannot show you anything regarding that, but have no fear, Dino Eve here. Okay. So yeah, so this is one of the, actually, I would say, in my opinion, it's a pro player, XPN. Another one of these Chinese girls that is commentating and casting on the Chinese side, but I will link this one in the description down below so you can see it for yourself how it goes. But this is the map that they play, so yeah, again. Alright, good talk. I need to mute this one a little bit. But pretty much it shows you what they do here, how they play, and this is all they play at. Now, again, they don't have Supreme Scoreboard, they don't have Reclaim, they don't have nothing. There are like a couple things that are super overpowered or that aren't overpowered. Like, all of these things matter. Even Tier 3 Cyber Navy has been changed, you know, things like that. And they just play this because they like it. They just like it so much. And let's see, because right now you see that it is +4, but I think if we're going in later, it should be like, yeah, +1, 25 minutes in. And this is pretty much how they play. So even the values, everything when it comes to all of that shit, like the gunships, the Monkey Lord, the Aces, all the value has been changed from in the past. And I'm not talking about like 5-6 years ago. I'm talking about like fucking like when did they stop what do you call that shit, updating, like patch 3.6.5. Actually, I could double check that. That's actually not a bad idea. 23640, no. No, it doesn't say. Doesn't say here either. Ooh, what's up? No, it doesn't say in the comments either. So yeah, it doesn't say that at all, unfortunately. But I think it's patch 3654. So yeah. And this is pretty much how they play, but there are certain rules with this, like for example, like no tier 3 RT because it ruins the game. You can make everything else, that's all fine, just no tier 3 RT because that's gay, and being gay is apparently for Russian people, so yeah, rest in peace Billy Harrington. But that's kind of it. That's pretty much how they play here, day in, day out. And mostly when they do play, it is like around what? 6, 7 p.m. until 12, a.m. until the evening or p.m. So yeah, that's kind of it. Community has like maybe around like 15, 20 to 30 people, really depending on the time of day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else? It's like not much. Mostly here, like if you want to see like other people streaming, you can. So mostly for me, I stream mostly FAF on like these Chinese ones, but everybody here as well. You can see all of these links. These are like the Chinese streamers on how they do, how they play. Some of them actually, one or two, they do play on FAF, but the rest they all play on the Chinese servers. And you can watch this through Bilibili, so that's okay. You don't need a VPN for that, so that's all right. But yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, if you have any more questions, do say so in the comments. I will give you a shout out. I will just reply to everything. But this is kind of it. So yeah, I mean, if you have any more comments, feel free. And yeah, I'll probably make a follow-up on this video and hopefully like be able to maybe cast a game or two, but yeah, that's kind of it. Anyway, see you guys next time, and I'll be casting a couple more games in a couple of days and such and upload them. So yeah, have a good one, y'all.